Today, we are analyzing 3 stages of how a Gemini processes betrayal. We will look at Decan 1, Decan 2, and Decan 3. And I'll show you exactly why Decan 2 is most dangerous when they feel betrayed. Not because they scream, but because they go silent. Before we break down the Decans, we have to understand your operating system. You are ruled by Mercury. In astrology, we talk about Mercury ruling communication. But let's go deeper. Mercury rules the nervous system. It rules information processing. When another sign gets betrayed, they feel it in their chest. They cry, they scream, they feel it in their heart. When you get betrayed, you feel it in your wiring. You experience a phenomenon called Mercury Glitch. The person who betrayed you is standing right in front of you. Their mouth is moving. They are giving you an explanation. But to your brain, their words sound like static noise. You hear the volume, but the translation software has crashed. You aren't being cold. You aren't trying to be difficult on purpose. You are in a state of system shock. Your brain is trying to process a contradiction. It sees one reality, but is being told another, and to protect you from confusion, it freezes the application. You shut down. You withdraw. You go silent. This isn't ghosting. This is a defensive reboot. So, how does each Decan handle this crash? It depends entirely on your code. Decan 1, May 21st to 31st. Your betrayal protocol is defined by empathy overload. You are the Decan most likely to give second, third, and fourth chances. Not because you are weak, but because you have a hyperactive ability to simulate their perspective. You can understand why they did it. You can almost feel their pain alongside your own. When you process betrayal, you don't just process your own hurt. You process their guilt too. This creates a massive guilt loop. Behavior 1. The soft ghost. You don't vanish immediately. You start pulling back just a little. You take 4 hours to reply instead of 4 minutes. You are subconsciously punishing them, hoping they notice the distance and ask, "Is everything okay?" You are waiting for them to fight for you. Behavior 2. The forensic analysis. You obsessively replay the conversation. You screenshot texts. You analyze their tone, their punctuation. You aren't trying to be vindictive. You are trying to find the glitch, a moment where you might have been wrong, so you can fix it. You treat betrayal like a math problem that must have a solution. Decan 1, your betrayal ends when you finally accept that the equation is broken. You aren't healing by understanding them anymore. You heal by forgiving yourself for trusting them. Now we move to Decan 2, June 1st to June 10th. You are the most dangerous when betrayed. Decan 2, your betrayal protocol is diplomatic assassination. You do not panic. You do not cry publicly. In fact, the more betrayed you feel, the nicer you become. You understand that information is currency. You are not going to give them the satisfaction of seeing you break. Behavior 1, the strategic cool down. The moment you realize they lied, you stop asking questions. You nod. You smile. You agree with them to their face. But internally, you just severed the cord. This is terrifying for your partner, because while they are arguing or making excuses, you are already planning your exit strategy. You are emotionally gone while your body is still sitting on the couch. Behavior 2, the evidence log. While Decan 1 overthinks the feelings, Decan 2 overthinks the facts. You compile a list of grievances. You document every time they disrespected you, every broken promise. You don't share this list. You keep it as fuel. You process betrayal by turning it into leverage. You tell yourself, "I will never be in this position again," and you use that anger to build a fortress around your mind. Decan 2, you process betrayal by dehumanizing the betrayer. You turn them into a target. This protects you from pain, but it also stops you from ever truly trusting anyone again. You win the breakup, but you lose your ability to be vulnerable. Finally, Decan 3, June 11th to June 20th. Your betrayal protocol is total erasure. Decan 3. You don't just leave the person. You leave the version of yourself that existed with them. It is a total system purge. Behavior 1. The sudden polarity flip. One day you are happy. The next day you are indifferent. There is no middle ground with you. When you realize someone is toxic, you cut them out with surgical precision. No closure talk. No goodbye text. Just silence. It looks like impulsiveness to others. But for you, it's a survival instinct. You feel like you are suffocating, and you have to surface for air. Behavior 2. The rebrand. You process betrayal by physically changing your world. You change your hair. You redecorate your apartment. You apply for a new job. You treat the betrayal as a system crash that requires a total reboot. You tell yourself, that wasn't me. That was a glitch. I am starting over. Decan 3. Your betrayal processing is powerful, but it's lonely. By erasing the past so aggressively, you sometimes throw away the lessons you needed to learn. You run away from the person, but you carry the pattern with you. Regardless of your decan, the result is the same. Silence. The world calls it ghosting. They call it immature. They call it cold. But you and I know the truth. Your silence is your reset button. It is the only way a Mercury-ruled mind can clear the cache of emotional shock. So stop apologizing for going quiet. Stop explaining yourself to people who didn't have the bandwidth to understand you in the first place. If you are currently in the middle of processing betrayal, let this silence be your sanctuary. Come out when you are ready. Come out when your system is rebooted. If you recognized your betrayal style in this video, it is time to master your mind, not just survive it. I have a full breakdown of your specific decan's psychological traits and dark powers linked in the description below. Go watch that next. Your duality isn't a flaw. It's your edge. If this helped you decode your betrayal process, hit like. Share this with other Geminis to help them understand their shutdown mechanism. And don't forget to subscribe, join our community. You don't have to figure this out alone anymore.